Hi, it's Nicola and welcome. Today I have a mid-year 2020 highlights best of 2020 articles and writing tips for beginners. Today's show is sponsored by the Setting Writing Goals course, which is on special, and also the Your Family Story system, which I have some free sections for, and I'll have more about those coming up soon. But first, for newbies who are new to the show, Forever Young Autobiographies is the place to learn how to write life stories for family and friends so that unique memories can live on. And it'd be wonderful if you could follow, subscribe and like the show. Now, I recently took a writing break myself to start the Forever Young Autobiographies podcast. So I've had a bit of a lapse there with my writing, and I'm sure you have too, because 2020, let's be real, it has been a hell of a ride so far. So I'm here today to get you back into that writing groove, whether you're writing an autobiography, a memoir, a biography, or another life story project. So I've gone back through the articles on my website so far this year. I'm highlighting the most popular and I think some of the most helpful articles for you to help plan, write, polish and publish life stories. So let's kick it off. The number one most popular article so far this year is the writing challenge. Now this was writing challenge number one. There's 3 parts to this one, but it's a writing challenge when we're in lockdown. It's a multi-generational challenge. So you've got 3 generations, hopefully. You've got the grandkids, the parents, and then the grandparents. You're interviewing them. So we start off the challenge by thinking, how do we get started? How do we get a grandparent on board or another loved one to start recording their life story? I also give you some key questions so that you can do that. And we look at ways of using treasures to help get those memories flowing. So this was a terrific challenge anytime, but specifically when we're in coronavirus lockdown. It's a fun way to connect with our family and loved ones while we can't see them physically and to record life stories. Moving on to number 2. This is a really good one. This is life in pictures. It's an easy way of getting a scrapbook together about a life story. This is a different creative take on life stories, and you guys really loved it. I start out this article by talking to you a little bit about what pictures that you should pick or what range of pictures should you use. And then we go on to how to write captions. What do we include in our captions? And then finally, using extra detail like treasures to give those layers to the scrapbook and to give it that magic, that sparkle. This is just a really creative and enjoyable way to write a life story or to get a life story recorded. So moving on, the third most popular article was all to do with dialogue. So how to be a dialogue pro and how to easily use speech marks and quote marks in your writing. So I actually drilled straight down into what exactly is dialogue and why is it so important? Why do we need it? I talk about the different types of quotes and then how you punctuate each of those. Getting very nitty-gritty there with my sub-editor's hat on. We go through all of that so that you can stop stressing about dialogue and really enjoy using it in your writing. And to round out today's show, the 4th popular article, and one of my favourites, was a case study. It's the secrets of writing my 100-year-old grandmother's autobiography. And as some of you know, this is very close to my heart. This is the 3rd in this series of my grandmother Bonnie and writing her story, helping her write her story. And in this article, this last one, I talked about the writing and editing techniques that we used to get the book done. Also, the criteria that I used to select a printer, and finally the life-threatening emergencies that nearly derailed the whole project right at the end. We were trying to get it published in time for our 100th birthday. So I highly recommend this article because it will show you that writing is a journey. It really requires determination, but it is really rewarding. So I highly recommend you check that out. So there's the best of 2020 so far. To recap, we had the writing challenge, the first one of those. There's 3 in that series. Then there was a life in pictures, how to do a scrapbook. Third was conquering dialogue. And fourth, a bit of a motivational one there, which was my case study with my grandmother Bonnie and her autobiography. So I really hope all these popular posts will just motivate you to smash those goals in the back half of the year for your writing. And if you'd like to know more and get all the links to these articles, plus some extra helpful ones, head over to my website. It's at foreveryoungautobiographies.com/2020 highlights. If you key that in, it'll take you straight there and there'll be everything that you need. And while you're at the website or while you're here, leave me a comment. Did you have a favourite article of mine so far this year? Because I'd love to know about it. Or do you have a suggestion of one you'd like me to write for the back half of the year? And while we're talking about writing goals for the rest of the year, I need to remind you that the Setting Writing Goals course is actually on sale at the moment. It's 25% off. Using this as a little bit of a motivator for you to set those dreams and those writing goals so that you can develop a writing schedule tailored just for you so you can get those life stories written. You can find out more about that at foreveryoungautobiographies.com/deal. And also, if you are looking to interview a loved one, a family member or someone else you're really close to and you want to get their life stories down, you need to get a copy of the Your Family Stories system, which is the exact process. It's broken down how to do that interview, write, polish and then publish their life story. And I've got 3 sections for that so you can get a bit of a taster before you commit, and that is at foreveryoungautobiographies.com/free. All you need to do is pop in your email and I'll send that straight to you so you can get cracking. Now I'll be back again with the show with a new topic really soon. So again, wonderful if you could follow, subscribe and like the show, because then you'll know when it comes out. You'll get a little notification. And until then, everybody, thanks for tuning in and happy writing.